Good morning, Martin from Bespoke Baits. In this video I'm going to show you how to modify the Gardner table to make it a lot more flatter and to produce a much rounder and more consistent boilie. Okay, so since the last video, the wafters that I made, the cocoon wafters, have dried really nice and are looking really good, so they'll be part of the competition package when we get all the bait made. New hat as Christmas present from Mama, and quite interesting because it has a built-in light, so it's been absolutely fantastic for walking the dogs at night and picking up their dog muck. But I was thinking, actually, because I generally, when I'm night fishing, I always wear a hat for mozzies and stuff like that. But obviously, I never ever wear a head torch. Obviously, you're not going to grab it when you get a run. But with this thing, you can put it on and obviously get a run outside the bivvy, and lo and behold, so when you need a bit of light, or if you just need a little bit of light, then so I'll have to ask her where she bought it. The only problem is, that's it, when the thing's off. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly run through what we're going to need. So first of all, obviously I'm just going to put that to the side, because we're going to need a piece of board, piece of MDI, something like that. Obviously it's not necessarily going to get wet, so it doesn't really matter what it is, but you want something that's at least 15, 17, 20, 25 mil thick. This is just something I had a little lying around, and it's absolutely perfect. It's just about an inch on one side, inch on the other, and maybe 10 mil either way. You want a little bit of an overlap just in case you want to screw it down or clamp it down, because that can come in really handy for clamping to the bench. So I'm going to need that. I'm going to need a nice straight edge for marking off. Obviously you're going to need a tape measure, you're going to need a drill, some drill bits, and some longer screws. Now, they're actually self-tappers in these, and I got these from Tool Station. So the original one is that big, and because we're going to go through the board, we're going to have to put some 25 mil ones in. So I'll give you the code. These are pan or round head screws. They're actually like a self-tapping screw, and they're 4x25s, and these are just zinc coated ones, and they were about 3-4 quid for 100. I mean, ultimately, if you order some bait off me and you wanted me to put some of them in, I'd quite happy to do that, because obviously I bought 100 but I'm never going to need them. Obviously a pencil for marking out. Like I say, a selection of drills. We don't know how good our marking out's going to be, so we might have to drill the odd hole a little bit bigger, but we'll see how we get on. So first thing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my table, I'm going to draw around it, and then I can put the table away to one side. Okay, so what I've done is I've drawn around the Gardner table, and I've had a little bit measure. It's actually 500 millimeters across. So what I need to do now is I need to draw myself a perfectly straight, equal line down the middle, which is obviously going to be 250 millimeters from one side and 250 millimeters from the other side. So I'm going to do that now. Right, so what we've got is we've got 20 in from the edge, we've got 90 from the edge to this one, and then there 35, and obviously that just repeats. So 90, 35, 90, and then 20 to the edge. So that should be fairly straightforward. So we're going to just mark that off now down our line. Right, so let's see if I can get that close enough. So 20 from the edge, then a 90, a 35, then another 90, a 35, another 90, and then 20 in from the edge. So I'm going to drill those holes now. The cell tap has a 4mm, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with a 5mm drill, so I'll make a 1mm clearance, and then depending how accurate it is, I might have to open them up if I have to get a little wiggle on and stuff like that, because we're going to have to counterbore them from the other side, because obviously if we just screw them in, first of all, they'll not be long enough, the screws, and secondly, we'll be sitting on the screws and wobbling, so we need to get them screws put into the timber from the other side. So I'm going to drill those now. Okay, so I've changed my drill now. This is a 10mm drill bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to countersink all these holes so that the screw can sit flush with the surface of the timber. Okay, so I countersunk all the holes, and then what I'm looking for, obviously that is the size of the screw, the small screw, and that is the size of our long screw. So just pop that in the hole. Let's have a little look on the other side, and really what I'm after is that screw should be sticking out, because obviously I don't know what size board you guys are going to have. So this is about 22mm thick board. So, but what I need is, I need the same amount of screw sticking through the hole as the length of our old screw. So we're a bit shy there. So what I've done is, obviously you've got to increase the depth of your countersinks. So just little by little, I've increased that until my top hole now has a little bit more sticking out, and it is roughly the same as the little screw. So then what I did was, I've stuck my drill in the hole like that, and I've just got a bit of masking tape, a bit of electrician's tape, and I've went around the drill so I can see how deep I've got to go. So I'm going to drill those now. Okay, so trial fit turned into permanent fit. So happy days. So now no longer have we got that flexible Gardner table, and that is as good as you're going to get. If you do these on all your tables, this is what I did with mine before I sold them. And I don't know if you've seen my video where I've got the table set up height like that. That can be a fast way of rolling as well. So hopefully this video has been a little bit of use. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to drill some little holes so I can save them screws just in case, because it's not my table. So Phil, hopefully you don't mind, I've adapted your table and made them much better for to use. But you might want to put them back. Just want to mention that obviously Gardner tables do have little plastic sort of rubbery feet on the bottom, and believe it or not, the they're not the best thing, and they come out quite easily, and there was only one on this table anyway when I borrowed it off Phil, which I took out. So now it's really flat. Obviously for making general boilies, you probably don't need to do it, but for what effort it costs, you know, for a few screws and half an hour's time, some careful measuring, and you much better table. But when it comes to making pop-ups, and you want a nice perfectly round pop-up, then you are looking for something to produce a nice accurate, and then this is what you need to be doing. So hopefully this video has been of use. Next video we're going to finish off, and we're going to make some pop-ups, some food pop-ups. So we'll be using this table, and I will go through the full rigmarole of producing a nice accurate pop-up. So happy days. One Gardner table, modified, and now much more functional. See you in the next one. Like and subscribe. Check out our Facebook page. Check out our website for all our hook baits. I've been Martin. Tight lines.